Hey guys, Jarek and Komodo here, going to be doing some more Black Ops 1. This time doing some team deathmatch on the map Discovery, and I'm going to be using the AUG. I had a mini rant to get out of the way, so no matter whatever I upload in Black Ops 1, if I'm using a FAMAS, there will always be those comments. Fuck this gun is overpowered, I hate you for using it, you're a noob. The FAMAS is not overpowered. I need to get this out. If the FAMAS is overpowered, the AUG is overpowered too. The rate of fire is the same, the time to kill is the same, the damage is the same, the guns are almost identical. The only thing that really differentiates them, the only difference between them is the fact that the AUG has a different recoil pattern that, in my opinion, is better. So why isn't the AUG overpowered? Like, seriously, stop bitching about overpowered guns. There's nothing overpowered about either of them. Okay, mini rant out of the way. I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and move on to the questions. So, if you want us to answer your question, leave a question down below in the comments, and we'll try to answer it in a future voiceover. This question is, what popular video game opinions do you disagree with? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I am perfectly fine with the Halo 4 loadout system. I really am, and I know a lot of people, actually most people, hate that loadout system. They would prefer it to be the old way where you spawn with an assault rifle and a pistol and then go pick up new weapons. Well, I didn't really care for that, and the reason I didn't care for that is because it's not really balanced, in my opinion. It's more of the arena shooter type thing where the person that wins because they have map lockdown control and they pick up the power weapons. I don't see the skill in this. I really don't. Anyone can win because they pick up the rocket launcher. Like, that is just stupid to me. So I would prefer it if you are able to spawn with any of the weapons you can choose from and have all the weapons be balanced and you can use any of them. Because at times I would like to use the Halo assault rifle. That assault rifle is awesome, but you know, it sucked in previous Halo games, so you couldn't really use it as your primary weapon. And to an extent now, it still almost feels that way. I mean, the battle rifle and pretty much anything that's a headshot-capable weapon is going to be better than the automatics unless you're in point-blank range. You know, I'm fine with that system when it's carried out correctly, and I was fine with the change. I don't know if you had any opinions on that.
Not really. I'll be completely honest. I didn't play the multiplayer of Halo 4 enough to really care, and then I gave it to Vertigo.
Yeah, Halo 4 kind of disappointed me. And this should carry on to another, because I know someone else asked this, like, what video games were you disappointed with? Halo 4 is a game I was disappointed with, not because of the single player. I thought the single player was fine. I think it was because of the multiplayer. The guns were so unbalanced, and that was the biggest problem to me.
I'll be completely honest, I didn't understand what was going on in the story for the single player. But that's just me.
I understood what was going on within the immediate story. It felt like they were definitely leading things up for Halo 5, like not explaining things that were happening with the Covenant so they could, you know, explain it in Halo 5.
I'm talking about the Didact. I don't know who the fuck that was.
Okay, that actually is explained in the game if you watch those, you know, the terminal videos. I forgot the name of them for a moment. If you watch those, if you watch those, it'll make more sense. I don't know why they hid them in the terminals, because that's kind of important for you to know. You know, I was perfectly fine with that. I just didn't like the multiplayer at first because it was so unbalanced. I mean, I remember when the DMR was overpowered as hell, and you had no reason to use anything other than the DMR and the fucking bolt shot, which, by the way, that is the worst idea, to let someone spawn with a one-hit kill weapon in something like Halo, something that's basically a small shotgun. That shouldn't be a secondary. Like, that should be a power weapon. That's just dumb.
And we've heard this rant for the 20th time now.
I'm good now. I just needed to get that out. But yeah, I'm fine with that. That's a unpopular opinion that I have. Not that the bolt shot's bad. Like, most people kind of agree with that.
I don't know if this is a popular opinion, but I wanted to go ahead and get it out there. Not everything needs multiplayer.
Yeah, and I will give Bioshock Infinite a lot of credit for as many... I know a lot of people that shit all over that game, and this is another unpopular opinion that I disagree with, really. The single-player combat was not that bad. I mean, it wasn't as good as Bioshock 1 and 2, but people really exaggerate how quote-unquote bad it was. Sure, it felt a little bit more generic than it did before, and it was... I mean, I'm not going to lie, it was a step back from previous Bioshock games, at least in the single-player combat way. But that was because they needed to make up for the story.
Yeah, I gotta say, I remember Bioshock 1. I remember Those Big Daddy fights, you really had to be ready for those. You had to like set up your arena perfectly. You had to have the right ammo and everything, and then
Yeah, and that was the good thing about Bioshock 1 is like you have this large map to kind of like explore and get all your stuff done. Bioshock Infinite was pretty much a linear path, but in a way they had to do that because unfortunately if you want good story you need to sacrifice some of the gameplay in shooters. It's really hard to implement a good story and accidentally committed suicide. Shit.
well done.
But if you want to implement a good story, unfortunately, you need to sacrifice some other things in first-person shooters. It's a really hard thing to implement, and that's what Bioshock Infinite did. Although I think they did it at least fairly well. You know, at least as linear as the combat areas were, they did give you areas to go around, use that like hook gliding thing that I'm forgetting the name of. You know what I'm talking about, I assume. The skyhook.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, they give you areas to use that, so I mean, it didn't feel like it was really linear, it felt like it was, say, Half-Life 2 linear, but not as good.
I'll be honest, when it came to the skyhook, the only thing I really remember is, like, breaking people's necks with it.
Yeah, Bioshock Infinite was pretty violent, not gonna lie. But violence is always good in video games. Don't tell that to people that think Grand Theft Auto makes murderers.
That's retarded. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have said that word. That is absolutely asinine. Let's say that instead.
I thought you were just going to say that's absolutely ass.
Well, yeah, it's that too.
I guess that works. But that's kind of a popular opinion that those people are stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next question while we have time. Actually, that was one of the questions. Name some games that fell short on your expectations. That was Halo 4. So I just answered another question unintentionally.
You know, I'm going to throw this out there, and I'm pretty sure...
Oh, I gotta interrupt you. This is the best last kill. I know there's something over there, so have a grenade.
Let's wait.
I didn't expect to get that kill. I thought I wouldn't be able to throw it far enough. Now, what were you saying?
Too human.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I was following that game or anything, but like... Oh, look at you. You're adorable. Splattered all over the snow.
You were kind of ugly before, now you look good. So it's like modern art, all over the wall. Okay, interrupting you because the video is ending. There's been some more Black Ops 1. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.